The story of Cleopatra, the woman that destroyed everything, including herself. So recently, I revisited this story of Cleopatra, and there's some fundamental things that we can look at and examine when it comes to dealing with certain types of women, right? These are toxic traits of women that we need to examine. And so this is going to teach us, and we're going to do a case study over this on how and what signs to look for when it comes to things like this, right? This is going to be a case study on what we can take away and what we can learn from when it comes to dealing with toxic women, right? And before all police comes in here and alienates the video, this is not all women, but this is a particular type of woman that you need to be aware of. And if you do not adhere to the signs, she will destroy you and your family, right? So before we get too far into the video, you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the ways you can do that are in the description below. So let me run through the story really fast, right? So Cleopatra, who is not a Egyptian woman, she's technically, she's from Greek, she's Greek, right? But that's important as we go along this, right? Because it's going to make sense why she's dealing with certain generals, right? From a certain society. So she's in power, and then she gets out of power because her brothers and her families are infighting on the throne. And so they're infighting, the brother wins, he casts her out. And so she's out of the throne, right? So she finagles. So after she's cast out by her brother, she gets Julius Caesar, who is a Roman general, very high status man. She convinces him to take his army and to go over to Egypt and put her back on the throne. And that's exactly what happens, right? In the process of doing that, they have a child, and she's doing this for multiple reasons. She's doing this to get into power with Egypt, and she wants some say-so and an heir when it comes to Roman power as well, right? So she's playing both sides of the coin. So she manipulated Julius Caesar into getting her back on the throne. And then on top of that, this is the downside. So Julius Caesar becomes the emperor of Rome. And in the middle of them dating or seeing each other, I don't know, those emperors are weird, man. They have so many women and concubines. You don't know who's the wife and who's the... But anyway, Julius Caesar gets killed by his senators because he's risen to unrivaled power. So the senators they feel threatened by their position feels threatened that they're not going to have a position of power. So they organize a coup to get him killed. And so he dies, right? Which is a combination. It's not directly because of Cleopatra, but Cleopatra is attached to that guy. And she did manipulate him into fighting a war that Romans really didn't need to fight, and that they probably could have done without, right? And so he dies. She tries to stick around to see if the heir will retain power. And the Roman people are like, hell nah, screw that. Take your ass back to Egypt, right? And so another general, who is Julius Caesar's friend and confidant, he's an upcoming general, and he organizes a meeting with Cleopatra to see if he can trust her. And Cleopatra, with her expert level of seduction, seduces Mark Antony to the fact to where they have children and get married rather soon. And he leaves Rome and becomes a general in the Egyptian army, right? But he still has power ties to Rome. So Octavian rises up, which is another guy, and produces a narrative that Cleopatra is an evil person, right? And so what happens is Octavian goes, gets into war with Mark Antony and beats him, right? And beats him and Cleopatra's army. And so on their last, on their dying bed, right? She lies to Mark Antony about killing herself. So Mark Antony, as they're about to get taken over, he stabs himself, and then he finds it out as he's bleeding out, finds Cleopatra and bleeds out right there in front of him. Cleopatra is feels guilty about the entire thing, so she self deletes with poison later on, right? Octavian captures her and tries to keep her alive and whatnot, but that's the story. So she got so when she lost and committed suicide, the Egyptian territory fell under Roman power. And so think about the whole situation like this, right? Her brothers, her own family, she got murdered. Julius Caesar, who was attached to her, was murdered. Mark Antony, who she lured away, ended up killing himself because he lost in battle. And she ended up committing self-deletion because she did all this stuff and caused all these drama and caused all this bloodshed, right? And she was feeling guilty about it. And so, what can we take away from this story, right? Because the thing that sticks out to me is this is what happens when women don't know when to stop. They don't have a sense of that's enough. And that's why I say women need to be regulated by men, and that's the job of the men. But Mark Antony was not strong enough to defeat and overcome his desires for Cleopatra. Because in between that, Cleopatra was trying to push him to be motivated and lure and get him back into doing what he was doing, right? But because he had gotten comfortable and she had seduced him and pulled him off his purpose, she could never get that work ethic back instilled in him. Which brings me to a point right here. Don't let a woman pull you off your purpose. So what happens is you guys work hard in the beginning, right? You're on your purpose, you're getting money, you're in the gym, you're looking good. But then the woman comes and you're not working as hard and you don't hit the gym as much. And so what happens is over time, as you get lazier and lazier and more unattractive, she's going to leave you because you weren't doing the things that got her there, right? People talk about Cleopatra's strengths was her beauty, and that's a complete myth, right? She wasn't an ugly woman, but she was very intelligent, knew several languages, and had charisma out of this world, right? Which is why she was so easily able to manipulate these generals. These aren't just regular guys. These are very powerful guys that have an outstanding say-so within the Roman society, right? They're over the Roman legions, who were some of the best warriors to ever walk the planet, right? So when it comes to power, women will do any and everything to get into power, right? When it comes to power and a woman comes to you, you guys will think, damn, she chose me. I'm that guy. She came up to me and approached me. The reason why she did that is because she has an ulterior motive. and she wants to appear easy, and she just wants to get inside your life, right? This is what happens when you see athletes and presidents or whatever, mainly athletes in today's society and celebrities. They let these women into their lives just to get them pregnant and to have them on child support, right? Look at Zion Williamson. Those women are running circles around him, and he don't stand a chance. And because he doesn't stand a chance, the reason why he doesn't stand a chance is because he doesn't have any discipline. Guys, when it comes to women, the only thing they have to manipulate you is sex. So if you're not strong enough to suppress your desires long enough to understand what the hell she's trying to do or how she's trying to play it, your thirsty ass is going to get taken over, and your thirsty ass is going to get taken through the ringer. She's going to chew you up and spit you out by the time she's done with you, because she would have done so many manipulations and gaslighting, all because you wanted to sleep with her and you were willing to put up with it, and because you were willing to ignore all the signs that she was being toxic, right? So what are some women today that are showing Cleopatra tendencies, right? Look at Kim Kardashian. Literally destroyed every relationship with every successful guy. I mean, I don't know too many women that have fumbled that hard, right? With multiple millionaires, and Kanye was a billionaire. Think about that for a second, right? So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you guys took away something. That's the video. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think about this subject. If you guys want to support the channel, all the ways you can support the channel are in the description below. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. You guys have a good day, good week, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.